Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Serrano. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Oukitel C21 Pro, okay? Now, I've had this device for about 9 months now, but if you check on AliExpress or Amazon, they're going to be different prices, right? Because this device is going to be on sale right now for the North American market, okay? So if you're trying to get your hands on a really cool budget phone with a cool looking camera system, but also some really decent cameras, battery life, build quality, and so forth and so on, then make sure you stay to the end of the video because I'm going to be talking about everything that there is to know about this device after I've been using it for a long period of time, 9 months, going on a year, right? But this device just recently got introduced to the Amazon shopping center, so I'll make sure I'll leave a cheap link down below. But it comes in the purplish color, it also comes in the milky black color, and then it does come in like a green color as well. So you get 3 different color options with this thing. And as far as the unboxing experience, it's going to be pretty cool because you're going to get the wall brick, you're going to get the charging cord, as well as the pin for removing the SD card, up to 256 gigabytes. And this thing does come with a really solid case on here, which I think is really sturdy. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like it's made of like cheap materials. It's actually really sturdy. So we're going to be talking about this device. I'm going to go into the build quality, then I'm going to go into the screen display, then we're going to talk about the battery, the performance, and then the cameras, right? So make sure you stay to the end of the video so you don't miss this anything, right? But if you're already a part of the crew, I truly appreciate you for coming through. But if you're brand new to the crew, I encourage you to subscribe and get notified for more videos just like this. And so let's just jump right in, okay? Now, this device does have a really nice build quality, right? It's got facial recognition, which is really solid. So when I want to look at the phone and unlock it with my face, I do get that option. It unlocks really quick. You can see that right there. It has a nice Face ID system, right? When you're given the right amount of light, it will work every single time, okay? In dark situations, it won't work every single time, like I just showed you. But if I'm looking at it like this, it's gonna unlock because there's a lot of light facing this direction, right? So it's got the face recognition, which is pretty cool. We got a punch hole cutout, which is kind of small at the top, which gives you a really nice aspect ratio with this device. It's 19 by 5:9 aspect ratio, so it's got some decent weight to it. It's about 129, about 130 grams of weight, so it's pretty much a lightweight phone. Feels really good in the hand, really sturdy. Let's talk about the design, okay? So the triple camera setup, it's gonna house a 21 megapixel main camera, right? And then it's also gonna have an 8 megapixel front facing camera, but then they have 2 other cameras inside of this thing, right? So it has the, you know what I'm talking about? It has the 2 megapixel for portraits and then a 2 megapixel for macro, okay? So that's what the spec sheet is saying on Amazon. I'm not sure if it's completely 100% accurate because the specs always change on the website, right? But they're also claiming that this thing will give you about a day and a half of battery life with the 4,000 milliamp hour battery. A headphone jack it does come with, but just keep in mind it won't have NFC or the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. So I just want to be 100% transparent with you, right? So we do get a bottom speaker right here for talking phone calls. You could take phone calls. The phone looks pretty decent when you hold it up to your head. It looks like it's like really premium. When people see that those 3 cameras on the back of there, they're gonna think you're rocking an iPhone or something like that, right? Headphone jack at the top, which is gonna be you're gonna get Bluetooth 4.2 on here as well, okay? And this thing does have a side-mounted fingerprint sensor, which works every single time. Now, as far as the price, I'm gonna leave that in this description box down below so you can check that out, right? But I did see it for about $169. 15% off right now. If you take advantage of the sale that they have on Amazon, it's going to be $140, right? So that's pretty crazy because there's not a lot of phones that you can get for this price that are going to give you some of these features, right? So as far as the display goes, it's going to be a 1080 display, which is going to be pretty solid. It's going to offer you a 6.39 inch display on here. So as far as the viewing angles, it's going to be pretty decent. It's got a 720 aspect ratio on here, so it's going to be pretty cool because it's got 720 by 1560 when it comes to the resolution, for the screen resolution. So you don't get an app drawer, I noticed on this guy. Maybe the software changed since they actually released it, but right here, when I click home settings and I go into some of the features right here, it's just like an iPhone. They don't give you the app drawer. So it's pretty much similar to an iPhone when you're browsing, going through the overall experience of this device. It's going to be pretty snappy too, so it's not slow whatsoever. But you get your SIM card remover tool, as well as a slot for your nano SIM card, which is going to be, you're going to get up to 256 gigabytes. So you can put your pictures, your videos, your movies. You might be able to move some of your apps over there as well. So I think that's pretty solid, right? So it has, you know what I'm saying, as far as the storage configuration, this device is going to be pretty solid, because what they're offering for this thing is 64 gigabytes with 4 gigabytes of RAM. So those are really good specs on paper, right? But day-to-day performance actually matches up really well with this device, with the MediaTek Helio P60, because I was able to get some really good battery life, some good decent screen resolution, but it doesn't have the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi NFC and things of that nature, right? But it does have a really beautiful design. It has like this boxy design, which kind of makes you be able to grab it a lot easier. It can stand up on the table vertically or horizontally, which I really do like about this device, because it just feels really solid overall when I'm using it. There is a rattle in here. I'm not sure if that's the SIM card, but when you shake it and put it next to your head, you can hear something's loose inside of it. I'm not sure if it's the buttons that's shaking or the SIM card tray inside of it, right? But like I said, it's gonna have Bluetooth 4.2, which is, I didn't have any complaints with. They had to save money somewhere, right? So it has a Sony XMR camera, which is like Sony's entry-level camera, which surprisingly takes really good shots. And I was actually surprised with some of the photos, but we'll jump into that in just a second, okay? But if you're still here, just comment down below and say I'm still here, so I know you're still rocking with me and kicking it with me, right? So like I said, the overall build quality is really good on here. It has the it has the Oukitel branding on the back of the phone, and it has this shiny glossy material which does gather fingerprints. It looks like glass and it doesn't scratch, but just keep in mind that's not glass, and it will fingerprint really easy. So I just want to make notice of that as well. So overall, just really solid build quality, really nice build design, fits really good in the hand. Plastic frame, plastic screen, so if you drop it, it's a glass screen, but if you drop it, I'm pretty sure it's going to crack easy. So just make sure you keep the sturdy clear case on there, right? But other than that, let's talk about the overall display, which I talked about. It's a 720 by 1560, 19 by 5.9 aspect ratio, 269 for the PPI. So for us viewing angles, watching movies, browsing social media, it's going to be real solid when it comes to all three of those things, right? And that's pretty much what you need to do. Shopping, you know, scrolling the web, you know what I'm saying, playing Spotify, Netflix, or whatever, Hulu, things of that nature are going to work really good with this phone, right? It's got Android 11 on deck too, so I think that's something that's pretty sick. The fingerprint works really quick. The facial ID works really quick, right? Now the 4,000 milliamp hour battery will get you a day and a half on average, right? And you're gonna get some pretty decent, you know, viewing angles. Call quality is gonna come in pretty decent too with this thing, but it does have a single fireman speaker, right? So I just want to make mention of that, right? I'm going to show you some of the photos at the end, so make sure you guys stay locked in with me. But there's not really that much bloat on here. The only thing I see on here that this thing is really stock. So you're going to get an FM radio, you're going to get all your Google apps, you're going to get an audio recorder, a calculator, calendar, clock as well. So everything is baked in. I was able to play Genshin Impact, Call of Duty Mobile, and PUBG. Those are the three big games for me that I like to play. Also Asphalt 9 as well. So you can't complain when it comes to the performance, because it's got the Helio P60, which is going to be adequate, right? So I just want to make sure that you guys are 100% aware of that. This thing also does pack a notification light at the top left-hand corner, which will turn blue when you receive a notification. Obviously, I can't make it get a notification at will, but when you do get a notification, you will see the blue light flash at the left-hand top corner, right? So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about as far as the overall design, the cameras are going to take some decent shots. Out of a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give it like a solid 7.5, right? Because it doesn't have stabilization on the cameras, but for the price, it's going to be pretty clear images and clear video. You just got to hold it with a tripod, or hold it with a gimbal or something like that, right? So that it's not going to shake when you're moving and when you're walking. Nighttime photos actually came out pretty decent on here, so I was able to get some pretty decent quality even at nighttime because of the Sony camera that they punched inside of here, right? But you know what I'm saying, if you're liking the video so far, smash the like button, kill the like button. We do get a Type-C for charging at 15 watts, which was actually surprising because it's going to get some pretty decent speeds when you want to top up real quick, okay, from a 0 to 100 real quick. And that's pretty much everything. I mean, this device works really solid for pretty much as a secondary phone. Even if you're on a budget for a kid or an older person, it's gonna work real well. I like browsing my Instagram, my Meta. I like Twitter on here, you know, some light gaming. It has a real smooth flow to it. It just feels really solid in your hand. And all those reasons that I just talked about is held up really well. It has a nice, my favorite thing about this device is the overall design, because it just looks really premium. And it actually matches up with the performance too. So you're not gonna be, it's not all looks. It's not, it just doesn't look good. It actually plays good and it plays nice, you know what I'm saying? So there's no real lag on here when it comes to some app closing from time to time, but it's not gonna be something that you're gonna notice on a consistent basis. And it might happen like once every 2 weeks or something like that. But I'm really I like the design on here. I like the performance, and I like the cameras as well. So I could definitely recommend this device. I'll leave the cheapest link so you could pick it up as well down below. But if you found this video helpful in any way possible, make sure you smash the like button. Show your support by hitting the bell icon right here. And I'm gonna put up another video right here on the left or the right of me coming up right after this. But I'm gonna check you guys later and I'll get right back with you. But in the meantime, have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and depending on where you are, have a great night. Later, peace.